Work along with Sinéid as she warms up, explains materials and makes some marks.
One of the important things for me in my practice is curiosity and playfulness. So that's kind of what I want people to be sort of in when we're making our work. When I start my sessions, I always do an exercise, a hand exercise, because if you think about it, a lot of people in care homes, maybe they're just drinking their tea or they're eating their dinner and they're not using their hands a lot. So we like to sort of oil our hands a lot. So we're going round and round and round. So it's just a quick exercise, 3 things. And then in and out like this. Magic hands, you might want to call it. Don't know, sounds good to me. And give them a good shake before we start and get going. So everybody's oiled and ready for action. On my table here, I've got a variety of materials. This is a stick of charcoal. We'll come back to that in a minute. We've got some oil pastels and some nice chunky pencils and some thinner coloured pencils over here. And as you'll see on the side, we've got flowers. We have some fake flowers. So if you were doing this project, you could just, get together a sort of bunch of fake flowers that you could keep, or fresh flowers. And we'll talk a little bit more about them in a minute and what the difference might be. So our first activity with the charcoal, just out of interest, is it's actually made of wood. It's a willow and it's burnt to get this lovely charcoal here. So it's a natural material. It's very fragile. I'm going to break that in two just to get a smaller piece. And the amazing thing about charcoal is it picks up the very slightest marks. So the first activity, just use some A4 paper. And I'll just show you some marks for a minute, just slightest marks. Pressure, of course, will change that mark as we go. I quite like to use music for this activity because then there's a sense of rhythm and movement with the drawing. I do love singing, but I'm not going to sing for you today. So we'll get some marks going and we'll listen to our music, and it might be we're just making marks. You might start thinking, well, why are we just making marks? And what actually is drawing? Well, drawing is the very slightest mark you can make. I'll get another piece of paper and come back to that one. As soon as you put your charcoal on the paper, it makes a tiny, tiny dot. And any movement that you make will be shown. And this is our drawing, which is alive. It's coming from anyone who makes the line. It's their drawing. And we are not looking to have any particular shapes or forms at all. We're looking for movement. To go back to this one. Any sort of marks. And music, we found, is a lovely way to start getting things rolling with the mark making.